Hey everyone, so I don't know if you got our newsletter, but we did a step-by-step on how to remove your own extensions at home. And I think it was detailed enough, but I thought, you know what, it's better to show you. It's time for mine to come out. This applies if you have wefted microbead extensions or if you have individual microbead extensions. It's the same technique, so if you want to watch and learn how to do it safely, I'm going to show you. If you have a partner at home, a friend, a roommate, anyone, it would probably be easier if they watched and helped you. But again, you can do it yourself. Don't worry, don't panic. The only thing that you will need are a pair of pliers. They don't have to be specific pliers. Ideally, they are needle nose, or if you have any jewelry pliers, anything that has a grip and is kind of has like a needle nose end. Let me hold that up. So in a regular toolkit, you'll find these as well. Just get creative. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna first take out my hairband. The only other thing that we suggest you have are some sort of a clip and then a brush. And you can either do like a tangle teaser detangling brush, or you can have more of like a tail comb brush. And that's mainly for the end, just to kind of get the buildup out if you have any in and around the beads. But I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna flip around Backstreet Boys style this chair, and I hope this works. I'm gonna try to get my head as close to the screen as possible so you can see. First thing I do, you can either start with the bottom row or the top row, whatever is easiest for you. You know, sometimes I think starting with the top is actually better, for me anyway. So what I'll do is I'll section away all of my hair that's above it, like so. And if you can see, you'll see sort of where my hair is. Before I totally flip around, I'm gonna try to show you up close what it is you're doing. So when the bead is first, and please don't mind my nails, they're atrocious. When the bead is first installed, it's circular. What can I show you? Yeah, cylinder or circular. And then what the technician does is they use these pliers to crunch down and make it a flat bead, and that's how it kind of closes and secures. So all you want to do is make it round again. So what you would do is you just apply pressure, there we go, on the bead at the corners, and you slowly, hang on, you slowly make it circular again, and then you can just slide it right out. So let me show you on this first side piece, and then I'll flip around and do the whole thing. But if you can see here, there are, I think, 2 beads, and sometimes they're double beaded, but that's fine. You just have to do the same technique on both beads. And I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show you properly, but what you wanna do is you kind of center it in between the pliers, and you just apply a little bit of pressure, and you can feel it kind of, you know, going back into that original circular shape. And then once that's done, they literally just slide right out. And there they are. So don't be alarmed if you see hair coming out, and when you take your extensions out, there'll be some hair, but just know that you shed on average like 100 to 200 hairs a day, and sometimes it gets trapped in there. You'll also notice that there may be shampoo and conditioner buildup or dry shampoo, and we'll show you, but you kind of just pull it apart and then brush it through, and you should have no problems. So I'm gonna try to flip around. I don't know how much you're gonna see, but I'm gonna do my best here. I will start with the center, and then that just easily pulls out just like that. And then I just kind of work my way around. And I'm double beaded here. You may just have 1 bead, which makes it a little bit easier. So I'm gonna pause this. I'm gonna continue. And then I'm gonna come back once I've done all of the beads, and then I'll show you how we slide it out. Okay, so I just noticed my tag was sticking out. My nails are horrible, but you know what? I know you guys don't care. You're just looking to get your extensions out. So I have taken out all of the beads, and I'm gonna flip around again. Maybe not full flip, but you can see sort of how the hair is there. And what you wanna do now is you just kind of wanna start to work its way. It should come out fairly easily. If it's stuck, it probably means that there's a bead still stuck there. But that came out like pretty easily. Now I have some tangling sort of at the root, which you will, but I find if I just start, I don't know if you can see, but I just kind of pull it apart, almost like you're untangling a necklace, and just kind of separate the hairs, separate, and then once it's mostly separated, that's when I'll use a detangling brush and I'll kind of brush through those guys. Now keep in mind, I still have one row in, which I'm gonna take out now, but it's the exact same technique, except what you're gonna do is you're now going to clip away all of the hair that you freed from that first weft. You wanna include it in your clip. And again, same thing, I'm gonna try to get close. I'm not this coordinated, but I'm gonna try. So if you can see this bead here, I'll start here. You wanna slide this guy, put the bead in between, sandwich it in, and then apply a little bit of pressure. And again, I have 2 beads, so I do the exact same thing. And then it just easily slides out once it's cylinder again. So I'm gonna keep talking while I do this. What's something okay, so we're actually gonna do another video on at-home masks. So things you can use from your fridge, your cupboard, to make a really nice hair mask, because it'll be good. You know what, these next, hopefully just a couple months, you can use this as an opportunity to really focus on your hair growth and the health of your hair. Now, if you're like me, when I take this out, I have the world's thinnest, most awful hair. So I will periodically be using my clip-ins. We'll do another video showing you different styles you can do with your clips. The other thing that we are launching soon on our website are our top knots. And I'm gonna show you how that top knot, it's very scary looking. It's like a scrunchie wrapped in hair, but that thing saves my life when I have no extensions. It's just an easy way to throw your hair up to look somewhat polished. Maybe polished isn't the right word, but together. And if you've got really thin hair, it just adds that body and makes it look like you have a lot more hair. The biggest thing, if you haven't had regular maintenance, they will be tangled. So if you haven't had tightenings on a regular basis, or if they're really grown out, there will be tangles, but just remember the necklace technique. That is the best thing you can do. Don't get in there with a brush right away. Just start pulling apart the hairs. Let me see if I can show you. So like pull apart the knot, almost as if you're untangling a necklace. And then, when you're trying to pull it out, and if it's just not budging, it probably means that you've forgotten a bead. So just kind of go back in there and do a once over. And again, if you have somebody that you're living with, a roommate, a member of your family, if they want to watch this video, it's obviously a little bit easier when somebody can see, and it can, honestly, your arms will feel so tired and it'll be like a workout when you're finished. I used to actually take out and put in my own extensions, and it would take me hours and hours, and I don't want to be doing that again just because it's a killer on the arms. Anyway, I have a little bit, and I'm just gonna try to turn here, but a little bit of like tangling here. So I'm just going in and I'm just using my fingers to pull it apart and to get through those tangles. Once the tangles are through, then I'm gonna use the brush and I'm gonna comb through all of that. But again, this is also stuff that in the shower, when you use a conditioner, you can get out a lot of the tangles. That said, you don't ever want to go into the shower with your hair in a big tangle and then expect for it to come out. So it's got to be mostly removed, any tangles, before you get in the shower and start detangling. And then there's my yucky, horrible hair. I haven't had highlights in a very long time, so the dark bit or the bottom part is so dark. Anyway, I'm gonna show you guys really quickly what you can do with the top knot if you are in a pinch. It just gives like a really nice look. Let me grab mine and then I'll come back and show you how we put those in.